47 deadbeats living in a back street. North, east, west, south, all in the same house. Sitting in a back room, waiting for the big room. I'm in the bedroom, waiting for my baby. She don't need, I don't care. I love her eyes and wild, wild hair. Touch to the beat, we right there.
Yeah, it's definitely the wild, wild west in this country. Absolutely. And that was the Escape Club for you right there. What a way to get tonight's show started. Welcome to another edition of Ralph's Opinion, the Way I See It show. And coming up later on, we're here from 7:30 to 8:30 with Ralph's Opinion. And then after that, we go straight into the Way I See It. 2 shows, 1 hour. Great stuff. Great invention. Great thing that I'm doing here. 2 shows, 1 hour. You can't beat that. I mean, you really can't. I mean, it's a phenomenal thing that I came up with here. All right, tonight we have a lot to talk about, including another politician murdered, or I guess almost murdered. I'll have the report on that coming up in Virginia. Councilman, what is going on here? Why are we doing this to politicians? Do we hate government that bad that we need to do this? It's unacceptable to me. It should be to everybody else as well. All right. Okay, let's get into our sponsors here. One of them is our studio sponsor, Mata Heating and Air Conditioning here. As soon as I can find it. There we go. All righty. All right. I'll talk about my day on the Way I See It later on. It was kind of a great day, but then it turned into a shoddy one. So, we're in the Mata Heating and Air Conditioning Studios here at Studio 10 in Berlin, Maryland, just outside of Ocean City, Maryland. 724-201-0500, Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. You live in Western Pennsylvania, give them a call today. Tell them Ralph Williams sent you, and you heard it here on the Ralph's Opinion Show. Every Wednesday night, we're here at 7:30 to get things started off. And then right afterwards, from 8 to 8:30, we do the Way I See It. And then at 9 o'clock tonight, I will be on with Luther Dupree, Claudia Rosano, Smoking Jim Frazier, and the Steel City Sports World sports broadcasts. And Phil Moore and a lot of the others will be on as well. It's going to be a great night to talk sports, some breaking pirate news, and a whole lot more. Also, Mike Dotson Realty, we're sponsored by 410 area code 596-1681. Mike Dotson Realty. Give him a call today. Interested in buying property, renting property, short-term rental, anything you want as a results to real estate, give Mike a call today. Mike will take very good care of you, and he's the best in the business, been around for about 20 years. So give Mike a call, Mike Dotson Realty. All right. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, breaking news here, but first I want to go to the comments section real quick here. Let's see what we have. We have RXJ. Hey, welcome back, RXJ. It's great to have you on the program here in the comments section. Hello, Ralph. Hello to you as well. Yes, our rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. Sad to hear about what happened to him. I've been talking about it on the Wrestle Talk show. I had the highest first day views of any Wrestle Talk show because of my thing about the story I did about Hulk Hogan. All right. And, yep, Pirates traded our third baseman today. Yes, they did. So we'll talk about that at 9 o'clock on Steel City Sports World with myself, Ralph Williams, Luther Dupree. Host is Luther Dupree. So, there we are with that. And that's at 9 o'clock along with Smoking Jim Frazier and Claudia Rosano. All right, let me see if I can find that article here. In regards to the report that I saw today, all right, hang on a minute. Let me look and see if I can find this here. Okay. All right. All righty. Okay, let me see if I can locate this. I had it stored once again in somehow or another, I can't seem to locate the article here. I think this is it right here. No, that's not the one, actually. No, that's not the one I wanted. I had a couple different articles here that I wanted to go over here. Nope, that's not it either. No. Let me see what we can. Okay, well, anyway, in Virginia, and I'm going to try to bring the news story up here and see if I can get it. In Virginia, there was a politician. He was a councilman. He was hurt by somebody lit him on fire, literally. I'm trying to see if I can find this. I had it here, and I don't know what the heck. Keep losing articles and stuff like that here. Let's see what we got here. All right. All right. First, let's get into this. Kamala Harris. All right. Those of you who don't know who Kamala Harris is, of course, she's the one who ran against Donald Trump. And she ran against him in this last presidential election, was the vice president under oh, thank you very much, RxJ. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. So, Kamala Harris has decided that she's not going to run for politics anymore. She was going to run for governor of California. Now, she's announced that today she's not going to run now. Not going to run for politics. I don't know why. I don't know what the purpose of her to run. My thought process was, you know, do they actually, you know, does she just disappear, go somewhere, take more of a break off? What does Kamala Harris do? Go find a job bagging groceries? I don't know. Okay? I don't know. I really don't know. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of Trump like we always do today. All right? And we're also going to find out about this situation here in Virginia, which I'm trying to find again here, that happened. A councilman in a town in Virginia got set on fire. Set on fire. Okay? Someone shooting somebody, walking into the tower in Manhattan, went up and found out they were at the NFL offices. This kid had mental problems. Okay? That happened. Okay? Somebody please tell me what is going on here. Please tell me what's going on here. Please. Why is this stuff going on? Who's doing this? Why are we doing this? Is it parenting? Is it the society the way we are? Is it the anger with politicians when we don't get what we want? So instead of sitting down and talking about it, we're busy shooting everybody. Okay? All right? And then you have the NRA, who's, excuse me for a minute here. Then you have the NRA, who's out here, and I have nothing against the NRA. I used to be a member of the NRA. Out here getting mad because they want to have gun reform. You got to do something, NRA. Okay? Because what's going on right now, NRA and everyone else out there, you have a right to carry a firearm. Yeah, you have a right to carry a gun, but you don't have a right to murder somebody with it. How are mental people, criminals, and everybody getting all these guns? They're everywhere. This is disgusting. And now a councilman in Virginia gets put on fire. Somebody's upset because they had concussions in football and they go to the NFL office and try to shoot somebody. What is going on here? What are we on dope? What are we smoking something too much, drinking too much? Is it the river air? Is it the air in our country? What is the problem here? Why are we doing this? What is it about? Is everybody upset because of what they call the big, beautiful bill? All right, that's a good one there, the drift from Psalm. Psalm has some great scripture. It's mostly prayers, though, but it's some great scripture. Thank you for tuning in as well, Drift. Okay? So tell me, please, somebody, really tell me, what is going on here? Is our society this bad that we have to do these things? Is it that bad? Is it that bad for you in your life that you got to do something like this? If you're somebody out there that hates the government, I don't like every aspect of the government either. But you don't see me out there shooting people. Okay? I don't like this beautiful bill because it's affecting my other handicapped brethren out there with this Medicaid, Medicare, and all this stuff. And I'll put my hands up in the air and admit I voted for Donald Trump. All right? He said the tariffs were going to work, and they're working. He said that the economy's going to come back eventually. Takes time. He told the farmers it takes time. Okay? All right? So can our country recover from this Medicare, Medicaid thing? He's trying to get the federal government not to be paying for this stuff and have the states pay for it. And I know he's passing the buck just like everybody else does in this country. They passed the buck. All right? I moved here to Berlin, Maryland, and you're not going to believe how much I have passing the buck down here, especially medically. Passing the buck, literally. Okay? Nobody wants to do the extra mile for anything. Nobody wants to do anything for anything. Nothing. And all the years that I've been on the air here, on social media, I've come up with, every year I would come up with a different thing for our country. It would be either laziness, laziness or whatever. All right. Nothingness, which goes on a lot. I don't care. That goes on. So now I've merged the three because it's all coincides with each other. Okay. And now, instead of sitting down and talking to a politician and saying, I really don't like you, you're going to go and set this guy on fire. Okay. What did he do? Screw your sister or something like that? I mean, come on. What did this guy do to deserve having, maybe this guy has a family. Okay. All right. The officer that got killed up in New York because of that psycho, he has a family. Nobody cares. This is what goes on here because nobody cares. Okay. All right. If you're a first time watcher of the show, we do Ralph's Opinion from 7:30 to 8 o'clock. We talk about national issues. Okay. And then later on, we do The Way I See It. We talk some local stuff here in Berlin, Maryland, Ocean City. I got some news about Pennsylvania starting a law. And my day today. Where do you hear this one? Not once today, 3 times today. Somebody didn't listen. Somebody didn't pay attention to my instructions. All right. How does that happen? Explain to me how that happens. Okay. I want to know that. 3 times in the course of within an hour, 3 times somebody didn't pay attention to my instructions. I was having a great day. I mean, it's a busy day for me today, but I had and my Wednesdays are always busy because I do all my media stuff on Wednesdays. Okay. All right. This show, 9 o'clock, 9:45. I'm on with Jeremy Balwick over in Detroit for the Football Roundtable. All right. So my Wednesdays are busy. It was busier today because I had some other things to do today. I had some other media obligations that I normally do on Thursday. I had to take care of today. Okay? 3 times. We'll talk about that later. All right. But where's our country going, everybody? Think about this for a minute. Where are they going? All right, let's see what the Drift have to say here. We've lost our moral compass. All right. We have become a victim of our own success. All right. And then it says, so sad what this nation has become. Absolutely. I've said that many times. And we continue to vote these progressives in here that continue to make our country go down the toilet. They don't care about mental health. They don't care about defund. They don't care about public safety. Definitely progressives don't. Okay? And they don't care about job development. All they want to do is go rah, 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 rah. Hey, 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 I'm against this. I'm against that. Hey, 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 hey. I have no issues with that. Please don't take this the wrong way. Because there are people out there I've offended, and I don't care if I have. Okay? All right? All right, let's check in before we go into the good, the bad, and the ugly of Donald Trump. Let's check in with our folks here on Facebook, see who's on Facebook tuning in. All right. All righty. Let's get rolling here. See who we have on here on Facebook tuning in. Okay. You can comment if you want to. And the Drift has a point. We have lost our moral compass. We have lost our way. Okay? We have lost our way. Listen to the song from Reba McEntire. We need to give our world back to God. Listen to that song and tell me I'm not right. All right? Listen to Leonard Skinner. This ain't my America. Listen to that too. Okay? This is not my America. It's not anyone's America. Shooting people, politicians, because we don't like them, lighting them on fire. These people have families. You have a family. I have a family. We all have families here. And what do you want to do? You want to stick it to somebody else's family because your family sucks. And that's not my problem. Okay? Because your family sucks. How you doing, Pensman? Great to have you on. Always tune into Pensman Sports. He has some great sports things that he does. Follow him on Twitter. Follow and like and subscribe on his YouTube channel, Pensman Sports. Pensman will be joining me Saturday for the Saturday Sports Show. We got a big lineup. Leo Haggerty, Mike Sisak from Amped Up Sports, Brian Pettit from the Tiger Stripes Network. Okay. Myself. This is the big show, man. And we got a lot to talk about. All right. Hulk Hogan passing away. All right. Sad about Hulk Hogan. Sad. Really sad about Hulk Hogan. If you watch my Wrestle Talk show, the archive version on my YouTube channel, you will see that I said something. I had, my feelings about Hulk Hogan and what Hulk Hogan meant to the wrestling business. Okay. Vince McMahon was in a bad accident right before it was announced that Hulk Hogan had passed away. And he probably knew that already. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for letting us know that, Pensman. Thank you. Okay. John Wong is watching. John, great old friend of mine from up in Pittsburgh. John, thank you for watching. All right. The good, the bad, and the ugly of Trump. What is good, bad, and ugly this week? He's getting all the slack from what he calls the beautiful bill. Snap is now going after him. They're trying to get this, whatever these cuts are in Snap, cut down from a judge. And get this, the judge was put in there. This federal judge was put in by Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton put him in there. So what do you think this judge is going to do? He's going to rule in favor of Snap. Snap is suing the federal government. They're suing Trump, the administration, because of this nonsense with this big, beautiful bill. And it's becoming a heartache. This is looking ugly for the president. He's looking bad again for those tapes, which I wish everybody would just let it go. Okay? That man died. That man killed himself. All right? Leave it go. I don't want to hear no more about those tapes. I don't want to hear about what he knew. I could care less. Let him run our country. We got more important things to worry about in this country than that. All right? But you got the Democrats out here. You got the progressives. You got all the other maniacs out here. They're trying to take Trump down by doing this. Okay? I could care less. I could. I want to see results in this country. I want to see our military strengthened. Public safety all across the country is bad. Mental health is terrible. The economy is horrible. It's getting there. He got the tariffs, our trade things straightened out. He got his Nippon Steel, U.S. Steel. He got a AI up in Pittsburgh, which is great for both the Mon Valley and everything else. Okay? All right? That's bad. Those tapes, about what he knew. All right. And who cares? The man was a sex offender. The man killed himself. Who cares? I don't care anymore. What he knew, what Clinton knew, what Obama knew, what whoever knew. Who cares? That's like all you Democrats and everybody else made all this big issue about Hillary Clinton and those emails when she ran against Trump the first time. Stop it. We got more important things to worry about in this country than that stuff. Leave it go. That's bad. Is the big, beautiful bill turning into something bad? Yes, it is. It's turning into a whole lot bad. Medicaid, Medicare. But I've explained it to you numerous times that Dave McCormick, the senator of Pennsylvania, said that this is only going to be bad for people who don't deserve it. They're talking about cutting Social Security in 2031 from 500,000 people. Well, maybe those 500,000 people don't deserve Social Security. Maybe the people that they're cutting Medicare from don't deserve Medicare and they're frauding them. Maybe the people who are going to get Medicaid cuts and all this other stuff have to go out and work because you sat around when you could work and earn your Medicaid. And do not come on this program. Do not email me at ralphwilliams737@gmail.com. And do not go out there and tell me and say to me, why don't I do it? I am handicapped. I am in a wheelchair. I am physically disabled. I cannot work. Okay? I do this because I love this. And I don't do this for money. I do this because I love it. I love talking on a microphone. And the injustices that I got back in Pittsburgh, I'm making up for it now. So what has Trump done good? Okay. He put a national ordinance on homelessness in tents and across the country. Now you're going to get that idiot up in Pittsburgh, Ed Gainey, who's the mayor of Pittsburgh. You go follow that law. You put a tent up and really want to see Pittsburgh. You got all these protesters out here. Well, you can't put tents up there. Where are you supposed to live? Okay? Have you seen LA? Have you seen Portland, Oregon? Have you seen Pittsburgh? Have you seen some of these other areas? Down here in Ocean City, they don't take that jive. No tents. None. They deal with the homeless. Their police do their job. Around this country, otherwise, they don't have that. You got lawlessness up in Pittsburgh. You got lawlessness all across the country. San Francisco's really bad. Okay? I'm not going to sit here all night and go over every city in the United States because I think you understand what I'm talking about. I'm glad he signed that bill this week. I'm glad he put an ordinance in there. Get these tents off the streets. Maybe it'll send a message to get some homes for these people. Maybe it'll send a message to some of these governments that they need to quit leaving people out on the street like they do up in Pittsburgh. Philly is bad. Yes, it is, Pensman. It's not the city of brotherly love. Watch it on TV. Watch the show Parking Wars. Does that look like the city of brotherly love? No. Okay. All right. It's bad all across the country with homelessness. But why should our cities with good people be subjected to this? Because the government don't want to do their job. They don't want to do mental health. They don't want to get these people help. They don't want to build buildings. They don't want to put these people in buildings. They don't want to have them in supervised housing. Nothing. 2 years ago, they did a report in Pittsburgh about the homelessness in the tent camps. You know what half of those people said? I can't get a job. I can't put an address down. I can't I can't pay my rent. I quit my job because I wasn't making enough money anyway. Keep the job, try to figure something out, and do it. Okay? There's 8.2 million jobs in this country, and we can't put somebody out of a homeless tent into that. But that's the good thing that Trump did this week, and I like this ordinance, and I hope he really enforces it all across the country, because if he leaves it up to the cities and the state governments, look out, tents are going to be everywhere. All right. All right, Pensman. Yeah, yes, they do. Take some old school buildings, take some old nursing homes, turn them into homeless shelters. Okay? Yeah, that needs to be done, Pensman. Nobody wants to take it up and do it. All right? I'm Ralph Williams. This has been Ralph's Opinion. Coming up in a few moments, we're going to have The Way I See It with me, Ralph Williams. I got a lot to talk about. Stuff going on down here in Ocean City and Berlin, Maryland, across this area here. Pennsylvania is about to pass a law. And where do you see this law? Hey, all you kids out there, can't use a cell phone in class. I love every minute of it. See you in a few. Have a good night. Be safe. See you in a few for The Way I See It. Thank you.
Welcome to another edition of The Way I See It with your host, Ralph Williams. And now, without further ado, Ralph Williams.
Well, we're coming to your city. Gonna play guitars and sing you a country song. And if you want a little you can come along.
Yeah, that's some Big and Rich, and we're coming to your city. Yes, we are. This is The Way I See It. I am Ralph Williams. It's great to be here and we're here till 8:30 tonight. And then later on at 9 o'clock, don't forget to tune in to Steel City Sports World on YouTube and Facebook. I will be on with Luther Dupree, Claudia Rosano, and Smokin' Jim Frazier, and we're going to be talking a lot of things. The Cincinnati Reds and the Pirates made a trade today. That'll probably be the talk of the show as well, and several other topics all across the board. I will be on to talk sports with they're my co-hosts on the Sports Corner radio show every Saturday on 12:50 a.m. The Answer 92.5 on the FM dial. All right, I got so passionate earlier about the discussion about what was going on in our nation that I forgot a few things, but that's fine. But I didn't forget this. We're in the Mata Heating and Air Conditioning Studios here at Studio 10 in Berlin, Maryland. And that is 724-201-0500. Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. If you live in Western Pennsylvania, give Mata a call for all your air conditioning, heating needs, and anything AC and HV and all that other stuff. All right. Also, Mike Dotson Realty here in Ocean City, Maryland, 410 area code 596-1681. Mike Dotson, give him a call today if you're interested in moving to Ocean City, Maryland, or in the surrounding area, or if you're interested in just getting a rental or a short-term rental, or if you're interested in getting a summer home, whatever it is, give him a call, 410-596-1681. Mike Dotson Realty. All right, don't forget this Saturday, we have the triple header, Ralph Williams Saturday. It starts at 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. with the Ralph Williams, Tony Moreno show. We have a lot to talk about this Saturday. 12:50 a.m. 92.5 The Answer, and also on the Answer PGH.com. You can go on the internet and watch it from there. Also, you can go on Google, and when you get on Google, you can scroll down to Radio Stations USA, and what you can do there is you can do the excuse me for a moment here. You can scroll down to Radio Stations USA, push the arrow, and when you push the arrow there, you will see the you will be on the air to listen to the Ralph Williams, Tony Moreno show. But don't forget also, immediately following this program at 10 o'clock on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter X platforms, and the Kick Network as well. The Saturday Sports Show and the Huddle Sports Network. The Saturday Sports Show with me, Ralph Williams, Leo Haggerty. Our guest this week, Pensman Sports, Brian Pettit, and also from Amped Up Sports as well as Leo Haggerty, Mike Sisak. And we're going to have some great discussion this week. We have a lot to talk about this Saturday on the Saturday Sports Show. And then don't forget also, all right, at 2 p.m., 2 to 3 p.m., the Sports Corner radio show with me, Ralph Williams, Smokin' Jim Frazier, Claudia Rosano, and Luther Dupree. 12:50 a.m. The Answer 92.5 on the FM dial, and also on the 12:50 The Answer PittsPGH.com. All right. Some good news. I don't get too much of that these days, but some good news. And the good news is that 12:50 The Answer and I have agreed to a new contract. We're going to work out a new contract. My contract expires in October, but next month we're sitting down having discussions. It's looking like I'm going to be back with The Answer for another year, and I want to thank them and management of The Answer, 12:50 a.m., for letting me put my radio shows on in Pittsburgh, okay, and around the Western Pennsylvania and around the country, all right? And I want to thank everyone who participates, listens, and watches all my programming here for RW Media Productions. All right. First of all, let me get started here with my day. I had a good day. Today, I've been very busy doing media stuff, making phone calls. And it turns out that I didn't feel like cooking tonight. So we decided to order out. There's a diner here called Abby's Diner, ABIS. Very, very good food. Never had a bad meal there. Had it delivered by DoorDash. So I go into DoorDash. My mom, she can't eat gravy. So she gets meatloaf with mashed potatoes. I said, no gravy. Guess what happens? They put gravy, smothered it with gravy. That was the first problem. So I ordered a small dormitory refrigerator because I need one to put my wife's drinks, my drinks, and keep cold water, bottles of water, without clogging up the fridge. Okay. Had one up at our apartment in Pittsburgh, and then supposedly the movers refused to take it. I don't know what happened there. I wasn't there. I should have been, but I wasn't. We kind of did things ass backwards moving down here, but that's beside the point. So I go on Walmart. They have a delivery service come and bring the refrigerator. I said, please knock on my door. Please ring my bell. I'm handicapped. What do? Dump it right on the porch. Just dump it right on my deck, front deck. Now, I have a ramp that goes up to my house. I need it because I'm handicapped and in a wheelchair. My wife walks with a cane. My mom does the same. We're all disabled, partially disabled, or have issues walking and moving around. Mobility is not the best thing in our world. Okay? But that doesn't mean we don't go out and do things. It's been so hot down here, we haven't been able to. I went out today just to go get the mail, and it was brutal out here. Okay? And the heat all across the country has been like that. Okay? So, next, the Walmart person, whoever delivered our we got one of those, bigger dormitory fridges. Like I said, to put our drinks in, cold bottles of cold water so we don't crowd up our fridge. Turns out that they just dumped it, didn't care. Didn't knock on the door, didn't ring the bell, didn't do what I instructed them to do. So that's number 2. Number 3, I ordered DoorDash again. I get my teas delivered. I drank this Turkey Hill Diet Tea, which is great tea to drink. Okay. What's he do? The same thing. Just dumps it right in front of the door. I said, please hand it to me. Bring it to me. There's an option on DoorDash that tells you to do that. And it's not like I don't tip well. I was in the service business. I was in the customer service business. So I know what tips are all about. I've worked for tips many times. Okay. All right. 3 times in a row. So guess what? You struck out, Ocean City. This city struck out with DoorDash today with me. Two DoorDashes in Walmart struck out with me. All right. This kind of incompetency is really out of control. Again, this is the society and this is the country we live in. I came down here looking for better. It's getting there. I came down here to get away from the lawlessness up in Pittsburgh. It's working. That's working itself out. That is great down here. Peace and quiet. We don't have what Pittsburgh has. They don't do what Pittsburgh does here. Okay. So that's the story of my day in a nutshell. All right. All right. John Wong still watching. Great. Thank you, John, for hanging on. Okay. So now let's talk about, before we get into the local stuff here in Ocean City, let's talk about Pennsylvania. 3 legislators are trying to put together a bill, and it's going to pass. And guess what that bill is? You know what? I like it so much. I got to give you a round of applause. Because finally in Pennsylvania did something smart. Okay? They still haven't legalized recreational marijuana, which was stupid. They should have done that. At least in Maryland here, you can get it. Okay? They still haven't figured out what to do with transit up there and funding it. That's another story. And the minimum wage is still $7.15 an hour. That's disgraceful. Okay? That's PA. Taxylvania, they call it. Okay? So, finally, 3 legislatures got together and decided no cell phones in the classrooms in the state of Pennsylvania. And it's got bipartisan votes. Nippon Steel, U.S. Steel, bipartisan. The AI thing at Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh, bipartisan. And now this is getting a bipartisan vote. Our kids, and not only just in Pennsylvania, but in Maryland and all across the country, cell phones in the classroom. And I know what you're thinking as a parent. I want to be able to get a hold of my child. We'll call the school. Your child is learning. And you're not going to believe this. The legislature said that all their offices got flooded with calls from parents actually supporting this. Actually supporting this. And sometimes cell phones in the classroom cause more problems than it's worth. You think about that for a second. Okay? It can cause a lot of problems because it creates even more drama than what's already going on. And that tonight is the way I see it with that. I'm happy for Pennsylvania. I'm glad somebody's finally stepping up and doing something. Okay? I'm glad. I'm happy. I wish more states would do this. Okay? There are some school districts up there that are already doing it. I can name you two. One's North Allegheny, which is in the outskirts of Pittsburgh, and another one is in a suburb of Pittsburgh called McKees Rock Stowe Rocks. They make you put your phone in a bag. You get a lock key. When you're done at the end of the day, you get your phone back. Bye. But you're not going to use it here. You have an emergency, do what they did when I was in school, before cell phones were even invented. Call the school. You need to get a hold of your child, call school. And I get it. There's all these shootings in these schools, and you think school's not safe. So you want your kid to have a cell phone to be able to call you and say, hey, I'm doing okay. Now, what they should do is release the phones when there's an emergency. Give them back to the kids and say, here, call your parents. There you go. That's okay. But as soon as you're done making that phone call, the phones automatically go back into the pouch until you leave the building. Okay. All right. So, do you approve of this? Comment section's wide open. Facebook, YouTube. We're on Twitch. We're on Twitter, X, and we're also on the Kick Network. We're here every Wednesday. It's Ralph's Opinion first with national topics, and then it's the way I see it right here with me until 8:30. All right. So now let's talk some stuff locally around here. Worcester County, which is the county I live in, is going to lose $2.5 million in federal funding for their school system because of these cuts and this beautiful bill by Donald Trump. All right. I know what Trump's trying to do, and I told you that on the prior on Ralph's Opinion. I'm not going to go into it here. Okay, so now they have to sit down with the teachers, and I talked about this a few shows back. They have to sit down, renegotiate contracts. Teachers are going to have to. Kids might have to go out and get their own pencils and whatnot. Walmart's they're all complaining. School supplies are still sitting there. Few places are not making money on shoes for school this year. Clothes, okay, that kind of thing. I was actually able to get a small fridge because they're not buying them for the dormitories this year. Okay. Approve. Pensman said it's approved, and Pensman lives in Pennsylvania. Okay. Watch Pensman's sports. Watch his programs. Also, don't forget to subscribe to his YouTube channel, my YouTube channel. Follow him on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Follow us all on Twitter. All right. Pensman Sports. Okay. All right. You want good insurance in Western Pennsylvania? I got a guy for you. Robin Campbell. Give him a call today. 412-366-3399. Tell him Ralph Williams sent you. He's been in the, you see, I only deal with people that have been in the business over 20 years in any kind of business because I know they're experienced to what they do. Okay. Farmers Insurance, Bristol West. He also has life, car, home, and renter's insurance, which is an important thing to have. Renter's insurance when you rent property or you rent from someone. Look, it's a cup of coffee a day, put the beer down, put the cigarettes away. Don't go out and buy that Xbox game or whatever. All right. And call Robin today for some key renter's insurance. All right. But Worcester County, Berlin's mayor here, they're fighting the federal cuts in education. They're trying to bank it to the states. And now the states have to raise taxes. Now, Worcester County just passed a bill to lower taxes. Now, that's going to affect the school district. So now the school district here is a double whammy. They not only have just one tax, or they're lower property taxes, but also they're going to lose federal funding. So the school system is going to really be screwed here. I'll keep you up to date on that. That's going to be very interesting. That's the way I see it tonight. Now, here we go again. And I said this the last several weeks here. Since I've moved here, since I've started doing my shows again here, I don't want to hear any complaining from the Ocean City Boardwalk merchants. I don't want to hear from the Boardwalk Committee. I don't want to hear from anybody. I don't want to hear from the Chamber of Commerce. I don't want to hear from the Entertainment Society. I don't want to hear from the mayor that this town is hurting. So guess what happened again this week? Take a guess. Take a good guess what happened this week. We're not getting that many people here in Ocean City this year. Hit the button and subscribe to the channels. That's exactly it, Pensman. You got it. All right. Yes, exactly. All right. Again, you're on the news. Ocean City is on the news, crying the blues. And it's not just one group, it's everybody. What is it, the Entertainment Society or whomever, this group, that group, the Chamber of Commerce, the Boardwalk Committee, the beach bums, and all these people came on the news this week and go, attendance at the Boardwalk is down this year. Last year it was bad, but this year it's even worse. Well, again, and I'm going to beat this up until I can beat it no more. Okay? And if you don't want to help me, I'll do it myself. But you should. And I'm not telling you not to come down here. You do what you want with your money. But don't you think that for the best, everybody's going elsewhere. They're going on cruises. They're going to Florida. They're going to North Carolina. They're going to Myrtle Beach. They're going to Virginia Beach. They're going everywhere. But they're not coming here. Ocean City, Maryland is not getting the tourism that they used to get. You know why? Because they're trying to get rid of short-term rentals. You know why? Because the hotels charge double when the holidays are here and when the festivals are going on. You know why? Because we have a mayor in Rick Meehan who's greedy and wants to continue to overcharge and gouge people and squeeze blood out of a stone. That's why. That's why. When are you going to wake up, Ocean City? When? When are you going to wake up and understand this? Okay? When? Okay? When? Yeah, full of people, Pensman, but here's the deal. They come for one day and go home. They don't spend any money. You know why? Because it's too expensive. You can't stay at a hotel room. You can't buy anything off the boardwalk. It's expensive. Let me explain something to everybody here. I can go to Walmart over here in Berlin. I can go to the souvenir shop and get a hat like this for about $5. I can go to CVS up here where I live, $5. I go to the boardwalk, it's $15, $20 for a hat, for a shirt, for souvenirs. Okay. When the concert was here, they had the big rock fest in May. They gouged everybody. And it was so bad they ran out of food. And I'm glad they ran out of food because that's the lesson they learned from charging double for everything. Okay. Oh, well, Ralph, you don't understand. We had to pay for this. Okay. I get it. You had to pay for it. Okay. I get that. I get it. I perfectly get it. You had to pay for the bands. It was free. You didn't want people eating food. You don't want people, you know, here we go again. You're forcing people to do what they don't want to do. You know, when people go on a trip, they don't want to have to do what they don't want to do. All right. You know, you've got people out here that are simply, oh, well, you don't get it, Ralph. We had to pay for the bands. Yeah, I get it. Charge $5, charge $10, charge $20, charge $50. And everybody will pay for it. Okay. Now, hold on a minute. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Everybody had to pay for it. Okay. $22 for a beer, and it's normally $11. Okay. There was some justice here. Everybody ran out of food and beverage. Good for you. I'm glad that happened to you on the boardwalk. Okay. 4th of July weekend. You think because I'm new down here that I don't have sources? I don't have people that tell me these things? You think that I don't know what's going on down here? I do. That's why I'm good at what I do here with this show. Okay? I'm the hardest working man in the media. I've been proclaimed that. Okay? And I'm handicapped and in a wheelchair. As long as I have this and this, I'm doing this. You get what I'm saying? And Rick Meehan, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it from I don't want to hear from nobody that business is bad in Ocean City. That's right, they go for a day, Pensman. That's exactly correct. They go for one day. And they spend zero. You know why? Because Ocean City doesn't know what to do. They don't know how to treat people. They don't know how to stop gouging people. They don't know how to stop squeezing blood out of a stone. You know, you eat out at all in this town, you're looking at $90 to $100, maybe more for 3 people. If you have a family, God help you, with a lot of kids because you don't know where Trojan is, okay? All right? Okay? So you might have a lot of kids, and they say, well, Daddy or Mommy, I want, can I get a hat? No. You know why? Because it's expensive. Okay? When the seniors are here for senior week or senior 2 weeks or whatever, they spend nothing. I talked to some of the people now. I talked to merchants. I talked to everybody. Why do you think I have over 2,000 subscribers now? You know why? Because I was on a boardwalk talking to people. Everywhere I go. And I got to thank a certain individual who I'm not going to mention his name for telling me how to do this. Because of him, I was able to get this done. We no longer work together, and that's too bad. Okay? But I'm not going to go into anything further about that. Although I have some people out here that'll come on here and they'll push the issue. Oh, so he said this, he said that. You know what? I don't care what people say about me. I really don't. You don't like me, that's too bad. Okay? I got more people that like me than dislike me. And the ones that dislike me watch me anyway, because you know why? They want to know what I have to say. There's people in Pittsburgh that don't like me and Tony Moreno, but guess what? They want to hear what we have to say on the radio. There's people out here that don't like me at all, but they like the fact that I tell it like it is, and they respect me for that. Okay? You know what that is? That tonight is the way I see it. Okay? The way I see things. And I don't see things through glass houses, through crystal balls, through any of that stuff. What I see is what I tell you. Okay? Went to the pharmacy the other day. Yes or no, does my mom have to pay for her prescriptions? I said, I don't want a book report. Like Judge Judy always says, all I want is a simple yes or no to my question. Does my mother have to pay for her prescriptions? Okay? Until we get our insurance straightened out, my mom has to pay for her prescriptions. Okay? Down here. Which we haven't done because of some bad luck of some things that have happened. See, Pensman says it right there. I see facts. The fact of the matter is Ocean City gouges people. The fact of the matter is Ocean City wants to squeeze blood out of your stone. They want it all. They want it all for you, for them. And then they cry like a bunch of babies. I don't want to hear it. You did it to yourself. Okay? You did it to yourself. 3 years ago, I tried to come here to Ocean City. We love Ocean City, my wife and I. When we first met, we came down here a few times or once. Okay? So we wanted to come back. We wanted to do our honeymoon down here when we got married. We've been married 3 years now. Okay? I love my wife to death. She's my rock. Okay? Wouldn't have it any other way. We were going to come down here. I called in February. I booked the rooms. We were going to stay for 2 weeks. That's how much we love Ocean City. They quoted me X amount of money. Okay. I go to pay them, or I wanted to pay them. I said, I'll pay you when I leave. What do? Jack the price up. Four times what I was supposed to pay. So I call this manager and I'm arguing with him on the phone. And he's trying to tell me I'm trying to rip the hotel off. Me? You're the one ripping me off. You're a thief. Okay? And then I got a friend of mine down here who rents scooters. He's a friend of mine. And you know what he told me? He was at the same hotel. The manager was telling his office staff or his desk clerks that if they didn't gouge people or try to get the highest rate possible, you're fired. I called Chamber of Commerce, and you know what Chamber of Commerce did? Nothing. Nothing. Why did I come down here? Go back to my archive shows of Ralph's Opinion in May. I think it was the 15th. 10 reasons why I moved down here. Check it out. Check out all my shows. Ralph Williams, RW Media. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Call your friend. Call your cousin. Call somebody. Get them subscribing. Get them watching. Get them listening to all of RW Media production shows. And if you're interested in any advertising, you can call 412-545-4317, or you can also go on my email, ralphwilliams737@gmail.com, the mailbag. All right. That tonight is another of the way I see things here. The truth is what I see. And I bring it every week. Not only do I have social media, I have my own website, rwmediaproductions.com. Check out all my shorts on all my social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube. Okay? Twitter X. Follow me on Twitter X. I'd like to try to get to 400 by the end of the year. That 600 goal, I'm not even going to worry about that. Okay? And there's more to social media than just Twitter. Okay? I'm working on Spreaker Radio. I'm working on still working with the Oracle Radio Network to get these technical issues figured out. I'm working on a lot of things. Okay? A lot of things. And sooner or later, this company's going to go even further than where we are now. And if you think that because I'm handicapped and then once in a while I'm sick and I don't feel good, or once in a while I get a headache, or once in a while, like the 3 things that happened to me within 1 hour before the show started. Okay? I told them two things they did wrong. They left the food sitting on my patio or on my front deck. Then I told them no gravy on the meatloaf and mashed potatoes because my mom and I both ordered meatloaf and mashed potatoes from Abby's Diner. Okay? When you don't listen to my instructions, I blast you here. Why? Because I can. Why? Because I will. Why? Because I'm not a perfect person either. But when you don't listen to my instructions, you come to my house and you see I have a handicap ramp. What? You didn't think you don't realize I'm handicapped? You don't see my van sitting there with stickers all over it that has handicap on it? Because we're too busy on a cell phone. Well, and I'm glad Pennsylvania is doing something about that. No cell phones in the schools across the state of Pennsylvania. No tents for homeless people. Hooray, Donald Trump. Because Donald Trump had to step up and do something because these governments don't do nothing about this tent camping with these homeless people. Nothing. Nobody wants to go the extra mile. I think I've told you so many times on this program in the last couple of weeks. Last week, I got all kinds of, Ralph, it's about being an adult. Ralph, you know what? No. You know what it's about? It's called customer service. When you're in the medical field, okay? Yeah, that's right. Some people don't pay attention, Pensman. You're exactly correct. All right? I'm so poor, I can't pay attention. Yeah. Okay. All right. But pay attention. Look at my instructions. See, look. No, you're too busy on a cell phone. You're too busy distracted about your girlfriend and naked pictures you see on TikTok or whatever. Okay? Ocean City, Maryland. Look at it. Ralph's coming. Ralph's here. I'm going to eat you alive until you do something about what you're doing and you stop it. Because no one else is doing, I don't see anyone else doing what I'm doing. And if you are, you and I need to get together and we need to talk strategy. Okay? And I got people emailing me telling me, well, Ralph, you complained in Pittsburgh and you're complaining in Maryland now too. No, I'm not complaining about anything, everybody. I'm just telling the truth. And everybody has trouble with the 5-letter word, Truth. 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 If you know the truth will set you free. It'll set you free. But nobody wants to listen to the truth. We're blinded by that. We don't hear, we don't listen, we don't care. We do nothing. We don't care about our fellow man. You're in the medical field. And you're supposed to go the extra mile, and you don't. What do? I have to do it. Me, I'm the one. Okay? You go to social services. Down here, it's called social services, not the public assistance office. I have to do it. I call Pennsylvania. Can you help me out with a couple of things? Nah, I have to do it. And all I get is, Yeah, we can't tell them what to do. It's not telling anybody what to do. Once again, I'm going to explain it to you just like I'm explaining it to beating up the insurance companies about the modular or the manufactured homes. And I'm going to be on that too until I get my satisfaction. You know what that is? Shutting down this racket of this discrimination against manufactured homes. And again, here we are. Nobody's doing anything about this other than me. I haven't heard anybody reach out to me and say, hey, Ralph, I support what you're doing. Instead, they're eating it. But, there comes a time when you don't want to eat it anymore. And I'm tired of eating it. And I think you should be as well. And tonight, for the final time tonight, that is the way Ralph Williams sees it. You got everyone. Have yourself a great night. I want to thank all those who participated. John Wong on Facebook, Pensman Sports here on the comments section, and everyone else all across the country and around the world. Okay? Thank you for participating tonight. I'll be back next Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Mark it on your calendar. Put it in your phone. Write it down. Stick it to your head. Whatever you got to do. Figure it out. All right? But be here next Wednesday for Ralph's opinion and the way I see it. You want to hear the truth? I'll give it to you. You want to hear the facts? I'll give it to you. Okay? I don't sit here and lie. I don't sit here and don't give the facts. Sometimes I get bad information. I put it out there. I will come back and say I was wrong. I will come back and say that's false information. Because that's the way I am. And if I'm wrong, I'll tell you I'm wrong. But tonight I'm right, and you know it. You have yourself a great night. Please be safe. 9 o'clock, Steel City Sports World, Facebook, YouTube. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Pirates made some trades today. I'm not going any further. Check out my Ralph's Report Sports Edition on YouTube, Facebook, and my Twitter X platforms. And you'll find out what happened with the Pirates today with the trades. All right? Have yourself a great night.